Super Bowl. Let's close out the weekend with what should be a good one on Monday Night Primetime between the Seattle Seahawks and our home team. Four quarters between one of these teams and a spot in the Super Bowl. The NFC Championship is underway. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
All right, let's get this one on the road, Brock. It is first and 10. Straight to the air they go. Short pass brought in. Got some daylight through the 40. And he's going to have this down to the 42-yard line. They get 37 on the play. And that means a fresh set of downs for Seattle.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
Lone back gets the handoff. He works it down inside the 40. That's a run of 8.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
Back to the well again. They stop him just in time. He got back to the line, but denied the yard they needed. Third down coming up.
Stopped right at the line, but might as well have been a loss of yards as far as the offense is concerned. It's always humbling when you try force versus force, and the defense wins out.
19, Tiger, 19.
Here he is on third and short. Complete beyond the marker. He will not score, but that does set him up, Brock, with first and goal, less than a yard away from the end zone.
I have loved this opening script. Aggressive, taking your shots. You know, the numbers tell you you get an explosive play on a drive. In the NFL today, you're typically going to score. With that shot down the field, well, they're knocking on the door in the red zone.
Going ground on first and goal. The charge into traffic, but the line doesn't budge. They stall him out short.
Oh, so aggravatingly close to a safety on that one right there, Kate. Just a matter of a foot, and they could have had some points on the board defensively.
Another chance to get that lone yard. Here's second and goal. Here's another for it. And this time he gets in for the Seattle touchdown. The Seahawks start the game off right with a 6-0 lead. So the first lead of our game goes to our visitors, Brock, and I know it is very early, but tough not to have that word upset at least start to creep into your mind just a bit.
You go into someone else's building in the playoffs, this place has been juiced. They have been so hyped to get to this game. Yeah, and the odds certainly in the home team's favor, but you go out and score, touchdown in the opening drive, you level it a whole bunch.
And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
Down and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
All set to go now from the 35. Jackson looking to throw right away. And his game will begin with an incomplete pass. Not must-have yet, Brock, but it does feel pretty important that they come up with an answer for that touchdown, but not going to be easy.
Nope, and incompletions like that certainly won't help.
Following the incompletion, we stay at the 35. It's second and 10. Throwing again is Lamar. Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete. First time this game they've looked to him. So now it's going to be 3rd and long. All right, partner, testing the perimeter early there. Coverage held up. Could be a tough day for those outside receivers to make an impact.
Okay, partner, testing you here. You've heard me say this a lot. Okay, coordinator's job is to get you man-to-man coverage, and your job is?
To win it. Jackson now on 3rd. Hits his running back. And he's tackled for a short gain. Offense to the line fast.
A gain of only a yard. It's 4th down.
Lamar throwing again. And they don't get the catch they need there. Their hand was forced, Brock. Had to try and go for it, but they turn it over on downs.
Okay, I don't know what the punter did to hurt people's feelings, because I think the reasoning was pretty clear. They were going to go for it. There was not going to be a punter that touched the field. Not an advisable mindset now as they turn it over in their end of the field.
They'll run here on 1st down. There it is. Touchdown, Seattle. The Seahawks pull that in front further, 13-zip.
Okay, that's just simply the difference-making edge that these elite running backs bring to you. A lot of backs can get you 10 yards, 20 yards, but the elite backs, they can take it to the house.
That one right down the middle. And the Seahawks drive out to an early 14-0 lead. The kicking team ready for the Seahawks, and forward they run to send it away. Chooses to bring this one out. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. A designed run. Jackson keeping it. And he made it his 6 yards to begin this one. We've got 2nd and 4. The dose of the hurry-up offense here.
It's a gain of 7.
Play fake. Jackson. Connects on the crosser. And he's going to be driven out by a defender just before he can get it up to midfield. The big play, and that's him 17 yards. And that's going to bring up 1st down.
46-yard line.
And drawn up here for Lamar. And into a sea of bodies he goes. Looks like they'll get about 3 out of it. Looking quickly here.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Lamar now from the gun. Completed to his running back. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. Now after making that catch, we see he's shaken up. Trainer's heading out to take a look. From the 40-yard line now, this is 1st and 10. This one set up for Lamar. And he's able to tick this one in for the touchdown. The Dragons make it a one-score game. It's a Lamar Jackson touchdown. We know all these players are aware of what's at stake here, Brock, and that is the score they needed to get them moving in this conference final.
We know it's not how you start, it's how you finish, especially with stakes this high. Jeez, you couldn't start any better.
Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Return coming from the 6. A decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30.
At their own 28-yard line.
Okay, ready?
In the pistol formation here first as they come to the line.
Ready? Ready?
Working now from the gun. Cut out left. Still going inside the 35. And he has it down near the red zone, just outside the 20.
Speed kills, baby. You better make that tackle right away on these receivers or you're going to get some serious gaps. Those yards after catch just like that. Taking a short gain and turning it into an explosive play.
So as we all recover from that last play, it's 1st and 10 near the red zone. The left side is caught by Pitts. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Seattle. The Seahawks grow their early lead to 13. Kyle Pitts with a touchdown. They'll set up here for the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Seahawks double their lead to 14. The kicking team ready for the Seahawks, and forward they run to send it away. From well into the end zone, he's going to bring this out. They crush him right along the 20. That is where their offense is going to take over.
At their own 20-yard line.
First call here coming from the shotgun. Shotgun snap to Jackson. Throwing the out route complete. And this is going to be a 4-yard gain. They're out to the 24. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
It's now 2nd and 6. At the 24-yard
From the gun, Jackson. Fits it through the middle. And he's going to be brought down in enemy territory now at the 46. So a gain of 30 yards on that play. And that'll set him up with a fresh set of downs.
46-yard line.
Hand off now from the gun. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play. Most of the hurry up here. Now Jackson off the play action. Brought in right side. And this makes it to around the 43-yard line. Nate Wiggins getting up to end that play.
That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
We're back, and we'll join this drive already in progress to begin quarter 2. They have it 3rd and 7. They're holding strong here. The defense gets him at the line. That's going to bring up 4th down.
Nice little welcoming party waiting for him at the line of scrimmage. No surprises that time. This defense was ready.
The offense is not coming off this field. They're trying it on 4th and 7.
Report! You change it. Go.
You're going to try to throw for it. Nets in on the slant. And I don't think he got to the marker. Looked a little short, and yep, indeed, he's marked short. This is a turnover on downs.
Hey, I am all for aggression. You get 4 downs, go for it. But I do have to wonder here, Kate, after being denied once again, is there going to be a trust level on that sidelines to go for it the next time they get this shot?
On 1st down, they'll run. He sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on 2nd.
Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7.
Here we go. Shot.
He'll look to throw. He'll get this complete to Pitts. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. That play goes for 8 yards, and it keeps this drive moving.
That pitch and catch won't show up as a big play on the stat sheet, but it gives his own defense a little time to rest. It gives an offensive coordinator a new set of downs to work with.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 47.
Let's go now.
Trying to throw this from the gun. Looking right, and he finds it. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line.
Translatable skills. That's what you call it. So effective as a runner, but those same traits that make him a great runner, adept at getting those yards, well, he translates now as a receiver in the open field.
Finds him over the middle. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. Give him 13 on that play. And that gives the Seahawks the first.
You know, they really love that drag route because he's one of those guys that can count on not only to make the catch, but create after the catch. If they don't close on him quickly, he can add a lot of yards before someone tracks him down.
Has him on the quick hitter. And he's got his guys into the red zone before someone can force him out. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
Coming to the line for another 1st and 10. Now run here from the gun. And we might be close to this lead growing again. That play gives him a 1st and goal.
Danger, I say. You get this guy in the open field, and he is dangerous to take it to the house.
On the go.
Offense in position now. It's 1st and goal.
Ready, go.
Handoff now out of the gun. Well, so much for finishing things on the ground, huh? He is stopped at the line. They're going to have to regroup now on 2nd and goal.
You know, Kate, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything to watch. You learn so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations. You know you got to protect that goal line, and the defense, well, they did the job on 1st down. More to come.
And they'll make this stop after a small push to the 5. Back-to-back runs, stop short, and now it leaves him with a big 3rd and goal.
Well, Kate, this is going to be a fascinating call because defensively, you've stopped the run twice now, and I think you believe on that side, well, they got to put it in the air. But this is also where the offense could say, we can.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Seattle. The Seahawks make it a 3-possession game. It is a word broadcasters hesitate to use for a lot of reasons, but 4 touchdowns in 4 drives, Brock. I think we can throw it out here. Perfection thus far.
This game will humble you at this level. I mean, this is the best of the best playing it, and you don't normally see this kind of execution and this kind of efficiency, so I understand that word perfection. I will remind everybody, though, it's not how you start, it's how you finish.
Return starts from the goal line. And this will give him some decent field position here, partner, and this gets out to the 30.
1st down and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Jackson. And there's a man there, it's intercepted. And the Seahawks take over after forcing the first turnover of this ball game.
Ready,
All set to go now from the 35.
Warrior 70, go! Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
Back now, pressure coming. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete. It's the first time we've seen one of his passes hit the ground this game, Brock. He had been perfect before that one.
Well, we hear it and we know it. Right? The team that makes fewer mistakes in this league typically wins the game. Yeah, that was what would you call a first mistake throwing the ball. And they still got the lead thanks to...
Oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Maxwell Hairston picks it off. And the Dragons will get possession up towards midfield as they take the interception up beyond the 40.
They'll take over 1st and 10.
1st and 10 from the 43. Not deterred by that pick. He's throwing again. Short pass brought in. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
Number 17.
Moving quickly, trying to get set.
15-yard pickup brings up second and 3 at the 50-yard line.
Looking for a pass on second and short. Chased out to his right. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far. Well, it's not met the standard they set for themselves.
Now Jackson on third down. He's throwing deep to the left side. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to third and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was third and manageable and an incomplete.
The only move this offense is making is toward the line, Brock. They're going for it, 4th and 3. And left for Lamar. And forget this first down. He's made as he got to the line. They're not going to get this. This is a turnover on down.
Fourth down, you want the ball in the hands of your biggest and best playmaker. In a lot of offenses, that is the QB. They trusted him to run for it, but the defense locked it down in time.
Let's go now.
Shaking off the pick quickly. He's going to throw. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. That is Nick Emanwari. And forget the interception. He makes this a pick six touchdown.
I got to imagine this defense right now has got some kind of tell on this quarterback. He's either getting away with his eyes or his feet. Interception on the previous drive, and this defense once again jumping all over him.
Evan McPherson set to kick off.
Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick six. That's going to be taken in at the 8. Big shot at the end of that run back as he gets it just past the 20.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
On the jump.
Offense showing trips out right as they get set for this 1st and 10.
Here we go. Here we go. 70, 18, Rodler, 8.
Back to the air following that pick six. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. Second down coming up.
Even the best of them could be hurried into a throw before they're ready, and that pressure just messed up all the timing, the rhythm, and the clock of the quarterback.
After the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22.
60 vices, 60 vices. Go.
Back to throw. Taken in by Williams outright. And they're going to force him out just before he can get to the 35. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12. First down now, ball at the 33. They'll work against the blitz. Big strike here to Williams. And a great play is brought to an end as this one reaches the 35-yard line. That one goes for 31 yards and a first down when all is said and done.
You know, Kay, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Cup 19, Cup 19.
Sticking to the air here. That is incomplete. Down to 13 seconds left.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Following the incompletion, we stay at the 35. It's 2nd and 10. Shotgun snap. They'll throw. Finds a seam down the middle. All the way. Touchdown, Seattle. The Seahawks get more points to end a lopsided first half. Manage that clock beautifully. Down to the final moments, Brock, and they get the score just before halftime.
That doesn't change the theme of the halftime speech, but I guarantee you it adds some enthusiasm to the tone. That was awesome.
Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. Return starts from the goal line. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Probably looking at our final snap of the half here on first down. They get the timeout called. We've got 5 seconds remaining in the half. Probably looking at our final snap of the half here on first down. A designed run, Jackson keeping it. And they will finally catch up to him just a second before he could reach that 40. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this. The Hallis Trophy awaits one of these teams, partner. Just a half to go as we're off in the third quarter. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. All set to go now from the 35. One drawn up here for Lamar. That one stopped right at the line for no gain. It's going to be second down. Offense in the hurry up here.
A loss of a yard brings up second and 11 at the 34-yard line.
Lamar now from the gun. Couple of big yards on the right side. Just after the catch, he is hit and stopped. A nice gain, though, down to the enemy 41. Give him 25 on that play. And that gives him the first.
They
give now out of the shotgun. But second down is going to be a good bit tougher. He can't even get back to the line. This play loses yards. Play action. Here's Jackson. Finds him on the crossing route. And the stop is made at the 32, so give him almost enough for a new set of downs.
Leads to third down and 1.
This one set up for Lamar. He's got the first down grab and still going. And the ground game works for the touchdown. The Dragons cut into the lead coming out of halftime. It's a Lamar Jackson touchdown. And the kick is good. And we're going to have some extra yardage added to the kickoff on the roughing call. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And into the line, the Seahawks in a good spot as they prepare for this 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
Airing it out to start this drive. That one's complete over the middle. And he's all the way across midfield, down inside that 45-yard line. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
That's just so good. I mean, that is teaching tape right there. It's what you want your guys to do. To not just catch it and fall down, but have a plan. Yes, you got to catch it first, but then have a plan to go attack. Be aggressive. Get those yards after catch. That is a job well done.
He rolls to his right. Moving right, airs it out down. He's got it inside the 10. Touchdown, Seattle. The Seahawks stretch their lead to a 3-score advantage. Lining up now to try the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Seahawks stretch their lead to 21. The kicking team ready for the Seahawks, and forward they run to send it away. From his own end zone, here we go. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down.
At their own 20-yard line.
All right, going empty as they come to the line. It's 1st and 10. This one left for Lamar. And that's an 8-yard chunk to start this one. That brings up 2nd and 2. Working quickly here.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
Shotgun snap to Jackson. He puts some air under it deep down the left. It is caught at the 20. And he will not score, but that does set him up, Brock, with 1st and goal, less than a yard away from the end zone. Offense in a hurry up here.
He turned it.
A designed run, Jackson keeping it. He runs it across, touchdown! The Dragons shrinking the lead some in the 3rd. It's a Lamar Jackson touchdown. His 3rd of the game on the ground. That one splits the uprights. And the Dragons get it back to a 14-point game. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Fielded at the 7. He's going well so far. Nice effort here. They're going to tackle him just shy of the 35.
At their own 33-yard line.
First down now, ball at the 33.
Here we go, here we go. Ready.
Throwing from the gun. Throw complete to Williams. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. 2nd down now, 7 to go.
2nd and 7. At the 36-yard line.
Looking to throw here. Oh, there's another one to Williams. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. The end result there, 15 yards and a 1st.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes teams breaking the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
And they do get him down, but the damage is done. This gets down inside the 35-yard line. He gets 16 yards on that play. And that means a fresh set of downs for Seattle.
That's just not the guy defensively you ever want in the open field. Frankly, with the amount of space he had at one point, they're lucky to have limited to the gain they did.
Quick adjustment defensively to stop him this time, so no gain on 1st down.
Job one of so many D tackles in this league is eat up space. Don't get moved off your spot. But the difference makers, they just not only eat the space, they eat those runners too.
First down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10. Setting up to throw. Connects on the crosser. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains. They'll come up on 1st and 10. A give now from the gun. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that 1st down run.
So close to a big loss of yards for those guys up front. 1 second sooner, and they got a tackle behind the line. But a stop to celebrate nonetheless.
Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10. They're throwing it. This one's caught. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
Throwing now on 32. He brings it in. And this spot is going to be close, but he does not have that first. They're going to face 4th and short.
All you can do is shake your head sometimes. Sure, the pass play works, but they come up just an inch or two short for the 1st down.
Fourth down. They're going to throw for it. It's on target to Williams. He's not going to get there. They hold him out of the end zone, partner, but it is still going to keep this offense on the field. They've got a first and goal.
Okay, ready? Let's cut up.
And the handoff up the gut. The charge into traffic, but the line doesn't budge. They stall him out short.
Hey, I get it on first and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
He gets it again. And this defense standing tall. They keep him out of the end zone. It looked like they had it, but nope, no gain, and now they're just inches short for third down.
All I can really say about that one, Kate, at least he managed to make it out of the end zone. Now staring at a third down, at your own 1, yikes.
Bails out of the pocket quick. And he's going to have the Seattle touchdown. The Seahawks make it a 3-score game in the fourth.
Okay, we talked to enough coaches over the years, and find me a good red zone offense, and typically you'll find me a good, creative quarterback, one that can extend a play, use his legs as effectively as he can his arm.
That one right down the middle. And the Seahawks stretch their lead to 21. The kicking team ready for the Seahawks, and forward they run to send it away. And this is going to bounce out of the end zone, so they will set up shop at the 35.
First down and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
All set to go now from the 35.
Ready? Sit up.
Drawn up here for Lamar. Only able to get back to the line on that first down play, so no gain.
The tackle made at the
Offense up to the line
36-yard
fast.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
Out of the gun, here's Jackson. Has him on the quick hitter. And he stopped cold at the spot. Ooh, he paid for that one, but hey, still enough for that first down.
I don't care how good a secondary you are, how loaded you are with talent. When you've got time to allow a receiver to work from one side of the field all the way to the other versus zone coverage, well, you're going to make a defense pay.
Let's see how they attack this first down, partner, from the 45. Lamar off the play fake. Look at that power, deep left side. Throws into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. And the Seahawks have it now as he makes the 20th interception of his career.
You know, I can still hear the call all the way up in the booth. Okie, Okie! That's what that whole defense screams after an interception, and you see everybody getting involved. That nearly went for a house call. Just an incredible effort by that offense to run it down. But even with that, they will take that Okie any day. What a huge hit in return for that defense.
So some immediate revenge for that last play, Brock. I don't know. What do you think? Is it going to take away the pain from giving up that big run the prior play?
Not necessarily, because it really does take a group failure to give up a big run like that in the NFL, but it also takes a whole lot of teamwork to knock them behind the sticks. Job well done there.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. And look at the footwork there, touchdown! The Seahawks put up even more points in a win. Kicking team on to try the PAT. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Seahawks grow their lead yet again.
26, Dragons 28.
The kicking team ready for the Seahawks, and forward they run to send it away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Real quick.
All set to go now from the 35.
You change it.
First down, here's Lamar. Finds him over the middle. And he gets absolutely blocked to end that one. Offense to the line fast.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up second and 3 at the 42-yard line.
From the gun, Jackson. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Now Jackson on third down. He had it for a moment, but a complete defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. Ball and defender arrives at the exact same time there. And that'll bring up 4th and 3.
Tendencies tend to show themselves, Kate, and really come to life on third downs. Right? They want to go to their best receiver. Defense knows it. They know that tendency. They double it, and they make the play.
Down big, they're going to exhaust all options, it appears. The offense lining up to go for this. And I think they got him just in time. Yep, they held him short of the marker to narrowly force this turnover on downs. Markers are reset. Here we go. Ball at the 44.
Ready.
First down. Play action. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. A dose of the hurry-up offense here.
60 Vikings. 60 Vikings. Go.
They'll run now on second down. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. That run gets him 7. It's going to bring up 3rd and 12.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run in crossing that first down marker.
Taken in by Williams outright. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. Looking quickly here.
And the Seahawks, first down. First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
So that brings us to the 2-minute warning in Paris. Seahawks coasting to the finish line. We've set it downs for him from the 31.
Get it. Ready.
To the air now on 1st and 10. Short pass brought in. And the scoring will never end. It's another touchdown. The Seahawks continue piling it on here in the 4th. Kyle Pitts with a touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. Now they'll try to knock the extra point through. The point after splits the uprights. And the Seahawks continue piling on to this lead. The kicking team ready for the Seahawks, and forward they run to send it away. And that kickoff is into and then out of the end zone, so we got a touchback. This drive will start at the 35. All set to go now from the 35.
It's hot. It's hot.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up second and 11 at the 34-yard line.
Play action now with Jackson. And they've got to him just a step or two before he can reach the 40 as he's sent out. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the first.
41-yard line.
13, 180.
Lamar now from the gun. Flushed out of the pocket. Big shot here, corner of the end zone. Oh my, it's intercepted in the end zone.
Well, we're watching a defense not just generate turnovers, but really add to them. A return like that, think about it. That's 4 or 5 plays that you just saved your offense from as they try to make that interception, yet another one, count.
Let's go now. 19, Tiger, 19.
They're going to pass it here. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete. We'll try again from the 20 after the incompletion.
Here we go, here we go. Pat the 60, pat the 60.
Oh, Brock, look at this. He's setting up to throw it. He's robbed. That ball's free. Recovered by the defense. Nothing doing on the return, but the damage already done, partner. They take it away on the fumble.
Well, sure, you're looking to try to get a first down on second down. You're trying to create a manageable third down, but I'll tell you what you're not trying to do, ever, is give the ball away. And that's what the offense does to the defense right there.
He's got a man left. And they take him out of bounds, which means his offense setting up for first and goal.
Gosh, I really like this receiver on that drag route in particular. Why? Because he's a guy that creates after the catch. They don't close quickly. He can take it to the house.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Part of what's earned him status, Brock, is one of the league's better tight ends. Are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate a receiver from the ball, but to do so on a stud tight end, that's big time.
So after the incomplete pass, here comes second and goal.
13, 13. Go.
Jackson throwing here. He almost threw another one. Back-to-back throws now that should have been picked off, partner, as he continues making risky decisions with the football. Couldn't hang on to the interception, but the momentum's still on the defensive side here ahead of this third down. Now Jackson off the play action. Buying some time right. And this one stopped at the 3-yard line. Gotta hurry this to the line. It's a designed run for him. And it won't matter in the end, but nevertheless, he's in for the late touchdown. The Dragons making the scoreboard look a touch better. It's a Lamar Jackson touchdown. Going after up and good by McPherson. And the Dragons cut the lead down to a more manageable 28 points. Well, don't look up at the clock, everybody. That is certainly not their friend as they get set to try an onside kick. And it looks like the Seahawks are able to recover that kick. Well, I guess they... Kind of had to do it here, Brock?
Yeah, it's called a have to. Yeah, kind of have to at this point of the game, huh?
Okay, but like most things in this game, it did not work out for them.
Yeah, let's face it, even if they do recover that, probably not going to find a way to win. But this is a time where you work on things, where you do build to the following week. Got to find a way to flush this because it's just not been their kind of game.
Finds him on a crossing route. This is going to make it down to the 24-yard line. The Seahawks calling for a timeout. They're first to 3. All set now. First and 10. Here's the lone back on the handoff. We'll get about 6 on this run, and more importantly, Brock gets him into the red zone.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
Ready?
Trying to throw this from the gun. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete.
Brings up 3rd down and 4.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here.
Let's go now. Ready?
Back now, pressure coming. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or two and 3rd downs are critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, their coach wants to see them convert those.
Finds his man over the middle. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made. Now the Seahawks Seahawks are going to spend their third and final timeout. That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now. So a new set of downs. Here we go, 1st and 10. Putting a receiver in motion. He's going to throw it again. Into the end zone, but someone's able to knock it away. That's incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down.
Here we go, set. 70 Timberwolves. Mustang 19.
Shotgun snap. They'll throw. That's a Seattle touchdown. The Seahawks keep running away with this. Kyle Pitts with a touchdown. His 3rd through the air this game. That one splits the uprights. And the Seahawks tack on 7 more to their lead. The kicking team ready for the Seahawks, and forward they run to send it away. Fields this one at the 3. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
Take over. 1st down and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. Now Jackson. Trying to push deep downfield. And their final effort is going to hit the ground incomplete. But no reason not to throw it long there, as this game is over. So the Seahawks take this one on the road.